Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. I'm back with another unboxing. Now, if you've read the title of this video, you know exactly what it is. This is the complete studio recordings of Led Zeppelin. Now, again, like with a couple other box sets I did a Judas Priest one and a Black Sabbath one. This is a Chinese knockoff. I'll tell you why right now. First off, this was $80, including shipping. I'm looking on Amazon right now, on Amazon Canada, and the only one I can see here that I can tell is 100% a legit copy is, because it's listed as collectible and everything, in very good condition, is currently listed at $515. So, with prices like that, I mean, they have $298 for like other versions, but I don't know. $80. I'm more than happy paying that. I've said before, when it comes to like these Chinese like bootleg box sets and everything, I don't care. I've paid for these albums time and time again, multiple formats, multiple releases, cassette, CD, vinyl, all the different things. But, sometimes you want like a particular release. And, when it's not affordable, you kind of have to do what you gotta do, so to speak. Now, as I was saying, this was $80 from a certain website. Begins with A, ends with Express. I think you can figure it out yourself. It is what it is. Like I said, I know the quality won't be what a legit copy will be, but it honestly, from what I know of these releases, they tend to be pretty damn close. Also, just so you know, there are... What the hell? This thing's packaged something fierce. There are different Led Zeppelin box sets out there. There's one, there's this one that I got right here, and then there's another one that's like the mini LP collection. I mean, they're not actually LPs, but they look like it. This is my set right here, Led Zeppelin, complete studio recordings, 10 CD box set. This is a better bootleg, if you will. I know that the other one people have a lot of issues with. Yeah, if you go on YouTube and just check out like Led Zeppelin Chinese box set, you'll see some. Sorry about that. A bit of a camera issue again thing. Yeah, Led Zeppelin box set. There's all the stuff. You got the book here, which is a decent quality book, honestly. But yeah, is what it is. Like I said, when it comes to the bootlegs or whatever, it's purely I don't want to pay the price. I've bought these albums more times than I can count on multiple formats, cassette, CD, vinyl, everything. So yeah, here are the CDs. This is Led Zeppelin 1. Each one is in like a double CD, so there's Led Zeppelin 2. And they're in kind of like almost little record sleeves, which are kind of neat. And they have little plastic baggy things. I'll probably upgrade these because these are very, very thin material. I know you can get some like actual like neat, like proper CD, like inners, if you will. So yeah, and there's the things about that. Then we got Led Zeppelin 2, obviously. Yeah, come here. The inner stuff. And the CDs, they all, I think, look the same. That's Led Zeppelin 2 right there. Yeah, and like I said, they're in these, like they're almost like little, like the Japanese poly bags, almost. But it's very floppy. You know, it's not the the good type of poly bag, if you will. So yeah, I'll see about swapping these out, maybe if I can find some like a better quality sleeve, if you will. You know, I mean, I'd be cool with that. Um, so yeah, you know, we'll just keep going as we're going. So that was 1 and 2. Next, we have 3 and, well, 4, or, you know, the Symbol album. Again, you know, they're all in their little individual sleeves. Sorry, my bad. And then, you know, it shows like the artwork and everything. I'm cool with this. You know, it's kind of a neat way to do it. And then, you know, for yeah, I've said before, when it comes to releases from like big name bands or whatever, like if you're gonna put out like a high dollar box set, you know, make a version also that's good enough that, you know, people who aren't millionaires can afford. Uh, you know, just saying. Next, we got Houses of the Holy, good stuff, and Presents. This do Presents first. Come on. I'm honestly very pleased with the overall quality of this release. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, they're, like I said, they are Chinese boots, but this is definitely a high quality Chinese boot. Next, we have Physical Graffiti. That's always been one of my favorite Zeppelin albums of all time. It was actually the first Zeppelin album I ever got. You know, and I always kind of dug it. Very cool. And last one, got Into the Outdoor and Coda. So, and the different covers. This is kind of a neat way to do it, because I know that other set, you went. It was weird because you get like it's like my Black Sabbath set and my what's it called, my Judas Priest set. In that, you know, they're just the little the thin paper insert things, but what you got is like for Led Zeppelin 1, you get 2 different covers. You get like the red and the blue covers, and I guess the idea is you switch out to whichever one you want, but you only get the one CD, so you have the one CD, but then you have the 2 covers. In Through the Outdoor, you get a cover for every single variant of that picture. So, and they're just the inserts, you know, they're nothing really special, but, you know, it was kind of neat. But the quality on that release isn't it's not what it could be. And this seems to be at least a much higher quality release. Yeah, and let's leave that there. And you know what? Is that the right way? No, that way. That's my bad. Really nice box. And it's just cool. So yeah, that is my unboxing. Like I said, if you don't give us like an affordable way to get like a box set, you know, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. That's just the nature of people. You know, I'm all for like the premium editions of things. I think it's a cool idea, but like I said, you need to have levels. So say for example, you have this box set, and like you have you let's put it this way. In China, they make this and sell it for $80. You can get it for less than that depending on, you know, where you look and everything. But they're making their money. You know, don't think for a second that they're not making their money at $80. So if China can do a bootleg for $80, you know, they should be able to do an official release of it at the same price point and make it work. I mean, there are things you can do here. Like for example, when I open this up here, you know, like the book itself, it's just a little hardbound book, and this is like just little like plastic inserts or whatever. Like if you wanted to do like a premium edition, you could take the same format, you know, do a leather bound book, do all this in like say velvet or something, maybe some nice hardwood for the things. You know, you could make a really high quality edition and sell it for a higher price, and then have a more budget friendly version for the people that, you know, aren't millionaires. Just saying. Not everyone can afford a $500 box set. You know, honestly, $80 for this box set pushed me a lot further than I would have liked to have gone. You know, I don't got that kind of money, but you know, all in all though, I'm glad to have it. I'm glad that, you know, that there is an affordable option. And yeah, you know, and like I said, when you get like a classic band like this, where you have bought the albums time and time again, multiple formats, multiple releases, you know, all different sorts of things, and, you know, and then like a nice box set comes out and you're like, oh, that'd be kind of nice. You know, you should do something for the people that have already bought it, you know, something. You know what? I think I mentioned this in, might have been the Judas Priest video. One thing I would definitely say that, like, bands should do more, and if any, you know, people in the music industry ever end up listening to this video, I kind of doubt they will, but here's a thought. Just boxes. You know, like, for example, if you sold a box like this that would hold all the Led Zeppelin albums, you know, you'd have to make it bigger than this, because this, of course, has the two in each, but, you know, do it so that it would hold all the albums, and then just sell the box on its own. And then people who already have the CDs can then have a nice box, and can, you know, you could maybe sell the book separately as well. You know, just something for everybody. I mean, I know if you have watched this channel, you know I'm like a big movie fan. What I wouldn't give, honestly, if you could like some of the kick-ass boxes that you get for like you know, the Scream Factory Friday the 13th box. You know, you see a few of them come up for sale, just the box. You know, but like if you already have all the movies, you know, give us a way to get the box. Just saying, you could charge like $30 for a box or something. I don't think anyone would bat an eye at it. And it's just, I know there are companies like what's that company called? Oh, I'm spacing on the name. That make custom boxes for stuff. I know they have one for the Nightmare on Elm Street series that's going to be coming out. Beautiful, beautiful box. You can pre-order. It's like $100 or something like that. That's a little steep for me, but it's I love that there's the option. So I'll just leave it at that. So there we go. A Led Zeppelin complete studio recordings box set. Good stuff, and I'm gonna enjoy listening to this. From what I've heard, they sound okay. I mean, usually these bootlegs are just, they're like one rips of the CDs. So whatever was originally done for the CD, they like literally same thing. They just ripped it and made new discs of it. I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's it for me. See you next time.